Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we'll discuss about some of the news which is going right now in India. So now let's discuss about some of the national and international news. So the BJP on Tuesday said that Home Minister Amit Shah's virtual rally was a huge success as more than 2 crore people across West Bengal watched it, which of course the Tribunal Congress described it as far from reality. Shah addressed the rally from New Delhi as part of BJP's nationwide Jan Samvad campaign. The virtual rally was a sort of a new experiment for everyone in West Bengal. But State Secretary General Satyam Basu said that it was a huge success as people have watched it either on TV or on social media. At least big 15,000 big LED screens and more than 70,000 smart TVs were installed across the state for connecting with party workers down to the booth level, the party sources have confirmed. Apart from watching the rally on TV, a large section of people had seen it on Facebook, YouTube, and our party website, the state secretary has confirmed. But at the same time, the Trinamool Congress leadership has criticized Shah for addressing a meeting at a time when the state is battling the double whammy of COVID 19 and the devastation caused by Cyclone Amphan. The TMC also ran a social media campaign on Twitter with hashtag Bengal rejects Amit Shah. Has found no place in the state. Next topic is BJP counters Congress saying Modi government made MGNREG effective. The BJP on Monday said MGNREGA had become synonymous with loot and plunder under the UPA rule, but the Modi government made it effective and suitable for workers, denouncing the Congress claim it was the most efficient government scheme. The BJP reaction came after Congress demanded the Congress brainchild be scaled up and made open-minded to meet the massive increase in demand due to coronavirus crisis. It also came after Congress President Sonia Gandhi wrote an article highlighting the importance of the Employment Guarantee Scheme and crediting her party for introducing it. Congress spokesperson Abhishek Singhvi said the scheme has proved to be the world's largest social welfare and clearly the most efficient government scheme. Responding to this claim, the BJP said Modi government made MGNREGA more effective and ended corruption in it. BJP spokesperson said in a statement that 3.9 lakh 5 crore has been allocated under the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act in 6 years of the Modi government, while 1.7 lakh 5 crore was allocated during the 10 years of Congress-led UP dispensation. He also said that providing relief to migrant workers, the BJP government allocated rupees 40,000 crore under the scheme. And next we'll discuss about what happened in Tamil Nadu. There's a sad news that DMK MLA has died due to COVID-19. In Tamil Nadu, DMK MLA J. Anbalagan, one of the key strategists of the party and a close confidant of MK Stalin, passed away at a private hospital here on Wednesday after battling COVID-19 for the past 8 days. So Anbalagan died on 62nd birthday and is the first legislator in the country to die of COVID-19. A second generation leader, Anbalagan survived by his wife and 2 children. He was at the forefront of DMK's Orandi Oyamba, Let Us Come Together campaign aimed at providing relief to those affected by the COVID-19 lockdown in the city. He also was fighting severe COVID-19 pneumonia, rapidly deteriorated early this morning. Despite full medical support, including vehicle ventilation at our facility, he has succumbed to his illness. Actually, he was declared dead at 8:05 hours on June 10. The hospital has confirmed. Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal on Wednesday said his government will implement Lieutenant Governor's order overturning the decision on the reservation of Delhi government-run and private hospitals for Delhiites. Addressing an online media briefing, Kejriwal said that COVID-19 cases will significantly increase in Delhi in the coming days. He also said that Delhi will need 1.5 lakh beds by July 31 once people start coming to the city for treatment from other states. He said out of the 1.5 lakh beds, it is estimated that 80,000 beds will be required for Delhi. We have a big challenge ahead. We will have to fight against together, the Chief Minister said. The AAP government will try to make arrangements to provide treatment to all. He said, asking people to make the fight against the novel coronavirus a mass movement. He said that so far 30,000 COVID-19 cases have been reported in Delhi, and of these 18,000 cases are active. So the next, Tamil Nadu bans plastic bags. Tamil Nadu government on Tuesday banned plastic bags for packaging purposes by manufacturing processing units in an effort for its to achieve plastic pollution free status. Previously in January 1, 2019, the government ordered single use plastic items to be banned. This is a similar approach in that way. So by lifting the exception effective, the government has in effect banned the use of plastics for packaging at manufacturing and processing units. Food processing companies that use plastic for packaging, eatables, snacks are seen to be falling under the exception, and now that the exclusionary provision has been removed, such firms cannot make products using plastics. So, in a petition filed, the Madras High Court said last year that government should consider phasing out of plastic of any kind in the market, including those exempted. So, the Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board had requested the removal of exemption from plastic bags for packaging at manufacturing and processing units. So, this has come as a surprise for the Tamil Nadu people in this pandemic situation. Now let's talk about the election strategy devised by the Trump for the 2020 elections. Facing electoral headwinds, Donald Trump wants to bring his old team back. The old team in sense the team which he had previously used in 2016. He has anyone who has seen him speak knows Trump loves to relive the 2016 team. He recycles old attack lines once aimed at Hillary Clinton. He recounts the drama of election night. And at other times, in private calls from White House residents, he reminisces about the camaraderie of those days, turning nostalgic as he remembers being surrounded by a ragtag team of campaigning staffers at his private plane. Now Trump wants to get back his team together. The president in recent days has signed off hiring a number of 2016 veterans for his 2020 campaign. Re-enlistment of loyalists that follow the return of other members of his original team to the West Wing. It's fantastic to have 2016 group back together, but the facts are the facts. He barely won and he has to do it again in 2020. He wants to create that magic of his original team 5 months before he faces voters again. But 2020 is not 2016, the opposition's claim. Trump's advisors are increasingly worried about the state of the campaign as the president faces multiple crises, from the health and economic fallout of the coronavirus pandemic and to the mass protest that has swept across the United States. They say it's fantastic to have the 2016 group back, but the facts are facts. He barely won and he has done nothing at all to grow out his support, which was said by Sam Nunberg, who advised Trump early in his first campaign. So we'll see how the 2020 election goes. We'll wait and watch. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching the video. I will see you guys tomorrow in another news.